Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Efron and Fine Out. It's really a part two of the episode that I just posted about Justin Baldoni's audio, or if you will, the video from the bar, specifically what he says, what Blake says, what we can tell, what we can tell. And I just want to show you guys, it is 8:12 a.m. I just barely posted the first video and I saw a comment saying the sound cuts out at certain parts. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, that can't happen. The whole point of the video is sound. Therefore, I had to hop on here before I even got the day started and got my kid out the door. So this is me catching you guys up and actually making sure you can hear the audio. We're going to play through the parts where I definitely need you to hear and something that I actually picked up during my edit. I don't know how you guys didn't end up hearing it, but either way, something more I have to add to that. All right. So first thing you need to take notice of, Justin is looking at Blake like, hey, are you comfortable? Come out the coat, right? We're all in our onesies, just so it looks uniform. Are you sure you're not hot? It looks pretty hot, all that. Thank you so much. So right there, Justin just says, can I see it with it off, the coat? I'm going to play it back so you can hear. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So he says, can I see with it off? And then he's going to say, we're all in our, he doesn't actually finish the sentence, but he's saying we're all in our onesies. I'm going to play it back, but right there, you hear him say, you should take it off. It's so huge, or it looks huge, the jacket. Actually, I feel like you should take it off. It's just so huge, or this is so huge. Right there, yeah, but are you comfortable? Keep in mind, we still can't hear what Blake is saying, but he right there says, yeah, but are you comfortable? And you can see in his face, he looks uncomfortable for her, right? There's nothing sexy about this.
Ready, everybody? We really should go, please. So, again, all right. We should go. Ready.
Then he says, I think it's pretty hot. And then he just says sexy. He doesn't say, I think you're sexy or you look sexy or whatever. He just says sexy or it's sexy. You can't tell the first part. Somebody locked it up. He indicates something is in her teeth. He asks what we need a Julie finishes his sentence by saying, can we get a toothpick? But right after toothpick, he looks at Jenny Slate, right? The conversation doesn't happen with Blake. He looks at Jenny. He goes, sorry, I guess I missed the sexual harassment meeting, right? Or training, meeting or training. I think he says meeting. And then he lifts his eyebrows or rolls his eyes, whichever one you prefer, but it's one of the two.
We did a toothpick, please. Viv, do you have a toothpick? Yeah, right here. Thank you.
Right there. Sorry, I guess I missed. Again, I know some people are saying they find it very hard to hear, and I get it if you don't hear it. Again, I've heard it 100 times now. I know it at the back of my head. You know what? Now that I'm listening to it again, I cannot be sure if he says sexual harassment or just harassment. You definitely feel like you hear harassment, but I feel like he says, sorry, I guess I missed the harassment training or meeting. I don't know that he says sexual. Let's try again. I don't think he says sexual. I think he just says harassment. You guys, I don't know that I can confirm he says sexual or not, but I want to put my voting now. When we do get the audio and he only says harassment complaint instead of sexual harassment, I want to make sure you guys remember I told you so before. But I was just I was just thinking, Blake doesn't say in her complaint that he says sexual harassment meeting. In fact, she calls it HR meeting, which makes me further believe in my thinking. If you look right here, Justin says, I guess I missed the HR meeting. If he said sexual harassment meeting, she would have used that. There's no reason not to use that. So the only reason she writes HR meeting is she remembers harassment more than sexual harassment, right? Which would make sense because, again, if he had used the word sexual harassment, there's no reason she doesn't use that. So I think in the audio, he actually says, sorry, I guess I missed the harassment meeting.
It was ice.
All right, thank you. I can see. Justin, you good, sir?
I'm good.
Ready? Here we go. Ready, everyone. High energy. Have fun, right?
So right there, I'm going to play it back, is when Jenny and Blake seem to be in conversation. Justin doesn't really seem to be part of it, but he's like listening in because he just comes in and he says, well, my apologies. That wasn't my intent, I believe is what he says. And then Jenny reaches out to touch his arm, which we already talked about. And then Blake is going to say, after she grabs that to-go box, she's going to say, listen, or whatever, and then turns back and says, it's all good. But she's laughing the entire time.
Fun. That's the most important thing, everybody. You're in a bar. Have fun, right?
Right there. She says it's all good, but it's very quick and it's very very, very low. Like you can almost not hear it at all if you're not paying attention. So we're gonna try again and see if you can catch it.
Everybody, you're in a bar. Have fun, right?
Right there, Justin says, well, my apologies. Jenny Slate reaches out to touch his arm, right? I'm gonna
have fun. That's the most important thing, everybody. You're in a bar. Have fun, right?
Yeah. So he says, well, my apologies. That wasn't my intent. Jenny reaches in, grabs his arm, touches his arm. Blake says, it's all good. And just to pause, she's smiling, they're talking, they're laughing, it's all good. They get back to filming.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
So that's it. I just had to update you guys on audio. I don't think he says sexual now. I could be wrong, but I don't know, or maybe I'm delirious. But I don't think I hear sexual any longer. It's pretty much just, sorry, I guess I missed the harassment meeting, which would make sense why Blake would call it an HR meeting, not sexual harassment meeting. And I think that's it. That's it. All right. So hopefully this catches you guys up. I apologize for the mishap with the audio. I have no idea how that happened. It makes no sense to me, but I appreciate you for still hanging out with me. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.